Welcome into San Luis Obispo Baseball Stadium as the Arroyo Seco Saints prepare to take on the San Luis Obispo Blues. We are here dialed in, ready for action on a lovely afternoon game here, Tommy. Pretty unexpected first game that we've done the afternoon, and we're ready for it. A nice day game. Hopefully it doesn't rain on us here. We won't have to move back inside the bus, but we're dialed in. We're here, Tommy. Let's go.
Yeah, absolutely. A little matinee show from the Saints and the Blues today. And as far as that rain comes in, it looked a lot scarier about an hour ago, but California in its true fashion blowing right over us, and looks like we might stay dry today.
We're out here in San Luis Obispo. It's a beautiful day, about 75 degrees, probably setting into the low 80s as this game goes on and the sun comes back out here, but we got a nice packed stadium here tonight. At least looks like almost 1,000 here tonight, Tommy, and for this afternoon game, we got Michael Gutierrez on the bump for the Blues, and for the Saints, David Vizcaino coming on the bump for his first start, and it's going to be great to see what he can do against this Blues lineup.
Yeah, absolutely. Vizcaino, he's had a couple of relief appearances, but since the Saints have lost a couple of starters over the last few weeks, Creighton Hansen, Tristan Garnett, Jack Barrett all leaving for various reasons, Vizcaino's going to get the bump today and going to have a shot. We've seen Chris Stamos get a shot out there. We're going to see Dom Dorado eventually get a start, I heard, as well from Coach Aaron Milam. But today is Vizcaino's day to shine, and what a great day and a great park to try to get your first start for the Saints.
And Vizcaino looking to make it 8 straight league wins for the Saints. They have been on a tear in league play. They've won 7 of their last 10 games in the league, lead the South by 1.5 games over the Foresters in terms of conference play. They're still back a game and a half to the Blues, so a win here would give them a nice cushion in conference play and draw them even closer to that overall league standings record. Conor Bradshaw stepping in to lead things off for the Saints as expected, and he takes that first pitch low for ball 1. Jake Mcmurray up next. Drew Cowley batting in the third spot. Peyton Lewis cleanup. Josh Cowden 5th. Burton 6th. Tanner Lindsley 7th. Boning 8th. And Jackson Cobb in the 9 holes. That second pitch misses for ball 2.
Yeah, Bradshaw yesterday able to get on base, sneaking a hit and an RBI single opportunity yesterday. Walked a couple times as well, too. Showed off the speed and got the stolen base in one of those attempts. And it looks like he's going to start us off with a single here.
Nice base hit into right field. A nice start for the Saints here on this beautiful afternoon. Nice and cool, and the right fielder out there, Thomas Trinka, to throw it back in.
And Bradshaw leading us off with a hit. What else is new? A guy near the top of the leaderboards in the CCL South Division right now in batting average, home runs, and runs scored as well, too. And don't forget about him on the bases. He will try to go, like I said. Yesterday got one even on the day.
Now the first pitch, Mcmurray. Fires that in there for his first strike. Strike 1. And how about Conor Bradshaw? We've seen the start to his season was a little slow, wasn't even a full-time starter for the Saints coming into this summer league. Came in here, Drew Cowley was the top dog, and now Bradshaw surpassing him in terms of batting average. He's also got 4 triples on the season, leads the team.
Yeah, and from the leadoff spot as well, too, doing a lot of this damage to start innings and start games off as well. And you really love to see the production out of Bradshaw in that spot, and not, I wouldn't say necessarily overtaking Drew Cowley, but now kind of teaming up with them, and they've come out to be a really nice 1-2 punch in the top of the order.
Sure have. As a quick pick over to first, that's enough to get Conor Bradshaw slipping. A great move by Michael Gutierrez, and that'll be the first out here in the first inning.
Yeah, and Gutierrez, the lefty, you know it's a lot harder to take bigger leads on him, and Bradshaw just a little too far out, was caught slipping by Gutierrez, and the good start the Saints had, they'll have to restart with an out now.
1 ball, 1 strike now to Jake Mcmurray. The 1-1 pitch. Slider misses just inside. Ball 2. And it seemed that Bradshaw, he had a decent lead there, and right as he took that extra step, it was a back pick move by Gutierrez to get him, and unfortunately a tough break for the Saints. As a swing and a miss on the 2-1 by Mcmurray makes it an even 2-2 count here with 1 out.
Yeah, and they'll have to fight through it. Try to restart. Maybe Mcmurray starts these things off now. Picked up a hit yesterday. Seems like we can always guarantee he'll get on base. Guy who carries a lot of great discipline as well, too. Just 7 strikeouts on the season. And loves to put the ball in play. Makes the defense work for it.
Last time these two teams met, Saints were victorious in a 5-3 dub here at San Luis Obispo on Friday night. It was a late start, started at 7, and guys got to celebrate a late victory as this one is popped up by Mcmurray. Oh, and it's a nice bloop hit, and he's going to try to take 2 here. And he's going to go for a nice stand-up double. Jake Mcmurray on a nice Texas leaguer bloop hit into right field, falls right in front of Trinka and right past the first baseman, Trey Clarkson. And the Saints, after getting Bradshaw on, picked off, now have Jake Mcmurray standing on second base.
Yeah, and it's probably going to be the softest double Jake Mcmurray will hit all year. A guy who usually rips the cover off the ball. This one just missing the barrel of the bat, but able to bloop over the first baseman's head, not thinking he was going to stretch to 2 off the rip. Saw that it was going to be a little more trouble and decided to take off late.
And showing that speed, a little Kretschmar-esque from the Rays. He saw second base was covered, but he knew that it was going to take a while to get that ball in. He turned up the heat, and now the Saints have a runner in scoring position, and Drew Cowley takes the first pitch for strike 1. Drew Cowley, as we mentioned, still killing it for the Saints in the summer, has 12 doubles, leads the team by far in that stat by double over, that would be Josh Cowden with 6.
Yeah, picked up one of them yesterday, an RBI double as well. Extended his hitting streak, as that one's going to get away. McMurray's going to get over.
Nice job by McMurray, reading that. And the catcher, Jason Seary, unable to block that one, gets by him. And the Saints have a runner at third with 1 out.
And this is right where you want to be now. If you're the Saints, you want to get off early, start a nice rally to start things off in the first. And a runner just 90 feet away, and all Drew Cowley has to do is hit it to the grass.
The 1-1 pitch. Misses outside. Seary able to keep that one in front of him. And McMurray will be sitting at third.
And notice the big gap in between center and right field there. That's right where Cowley likes to hit him.
Wow, foul ball coming right to our left. That's going in the extra area that the Blues have here. A nice little dining spot. If you'd like to go check that out, it's a nice little area that they got, food and drinks. And hopefully everyone's okay.
A lot of cool things to do around the stadium here.
Oh, yeah. Got a park nearby, slide. As that 2-2 pitch is fouled off by Drew Cowley, stays alive. What's that hitting streak at now, Tommy?
We're at 14 games.
14 games.
Every game he has started in, he has picked up a hit. Only lost it through pinch hit appearances.
How about that? Now the 2-2 to extend it to 15. Fouled off again. Drew Cowley does not go down easily.
And really racking up the pitch count on Gutierrez. Saints seem to be on him so far. Did pick up 2 hits to start it off. Obviously, Bradshaw getting picked off to start the inning. But right now, all 3 of the top guys making contact, making him work.
As Drew Cowley lines this one to right field. That's easily going to score 1. Cowley's going to get on his horse. Let's see if he's going to go 3. Trinka's able to get to it very quickly, and Cowley will have a stand-up RBI double. And the Saints take a 1-0 lead here in the top of the first inning.
And there's the 15 right there. Hit streak continues for Drew Cowley, getting on Gutierrez early. And on top of it, there's his 13th double now, like you said. Continues to extend his lead for the team. And Drew Cowley, go Broncos, baby. Continuing to show that Cal Poly Pomona Bronco, Division II doesn't matter when you're playing summer ball.
No, it does not. That Cal Poly Pomona product really showing off his skills. And he's listening to us. He wanted to give us a little bit of love, gave us a double, gave us another hit. We're all happy. Saints have had 3 hits to start off this game, starting off red hot. And now Peyton Lewis in the box takes ball 1. Peyton Lewis has done a really good job this season getting on base, batting at .269. and leads the team in RBIs at 21.
And he's really come on as of late as well. Peyton Lewis had a very slow start to the season, was able to drive in the runs when needed, but struggled finding the grass in the outfield, couldn't get much hits. And significantly under the Mendoza line for most of the season, now working his way back up to a respectable number.
You know I love that Mendoza line. Oh my gosh, did that hit him? Peyton Lewis cannot catch a break on the hit pitches. I was just looking at it, Tommy. He has 6, make that 7 now on the season. The next closest guy, Drew Cowley at 3. He just cannot catch a break in terms of getting hit by this baseball.
Well, and if it's usually those curveballs right there, why get out of the way of it? It's coming in a lot slower than the fastball would. Usually we're sitting 90 miles an hour for these guys in summer ball playing at these Division I schools. And Peyton Lewis taking a little 70-mile-an-hour curveball to the elbow pad doesn't do much.
And now Josh Cowden in the batter's box. He swings back, and another foul ball whizzed right by the broadcast booth. Saints have runners on first and second with still 1 out here in the first inning. A tough start here for Michael Gutierrez and the Blues. No balls and a strike. The pitch misses outside, evens the count at 1-1. Inside the numbers on Josh Cowden, batting .303 so far in the summer, has 6 doubles, 2 homers, 16 RBIs, and leads the team with 19 walks.
Yeah, the plate discipline for the Saints this summer has been amazing, and Josh Cowden is at the head of the realm for that. A guy who seems to walk every time he comes up at some point in the game. Picked up one yesterday, even scored on it as well, too. Showing the value of getting on base any way you can.
We saw Josh Cowden on Wednesday in the CCL Showcase game along with a couple of other Saints. Now the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss on the slider. Bring out the hot sauce here at Blues Stadium. Every time they get a strikeout, they give away a free bottle of hot sauce. And on that one, the first strikeout for Michael Gutierrez and the second out here in the top of the first inning.
And Gutierrez throws a slider that starts over the plate, finishes in the right-handed batter's box. Just not much you can do with that if you're Josh Cowden. Got fooled on that one.
Needed to protect the plate, unable to do so, and that will bring up left fielder Jag Burton. First pitch to Burton, low and away for ball 1. Burton has been getting more playing time recently, batting .256 on the season. Leads the team in strikeouts, unfortunately, but has done a good job at getting rid of that bug. Now the 1-0 pitch. Fastball in there for strike 1, 1-1 the count. One ball, 1 strike to Jag Burton. Gutierrez kicks and delivers. That one is popped up and caught by the shortstop, Ruben Mercado, to end the top of the first inning. But the Saints strike early, yet again scoring a run off of a Drew Cowley double, and they lead 1-0 heading into the bottom of the first inning. back to the action. The Saints with a 1-0 lead, and now to the first start for David Vizcaino. The rain seems to have been nice to us. No rain delay here to start everything out, and it seems they're going to go ahead and play through as the sky is going to open up. Peyton Lewis getting the start at catcher today. Seen Peyton Lewis behind the dish a few times this season. Very good utility guy for the Saints, a guy that you love to have on the ball club. Plays outfield, first base, and center, as well as catcher. And now the first batter for the Blues, Austin Kretschmar. First pitch from Vizcaino misses on the fastball, outside for ball 1.
And David Vizcaino, you mentioned, making his first start of the summer. Got here a little late. Was on a vacation in Hawaii before he got out here. Lucky him.
Not a bad place to be coming from there, Tommy.
And
wish I was there now.
He only has 2 innings worth of work of relief appearances right now. 2 2/3 to be exact. Has shown promise when he's been out there, but we'll have to see what he can do to start things off in the first inning. And getting his first strike there might help him out.
Great pitch on that slider. And nice that Vizcaino starting off this batter with a 2-1 count. Now the 2-1 pitch. Just misses inside on that fastball for ball 3. A hitter's count now to Kretschmar.
And if you're Vizcaino here, might want to give him something to hit. Don't want to walk the leadoff guy. Might as well make him earn it.
Now the 3-1. This ball is lifted out into left field. Burton camping out underneath it. And he will make the first catch and the first out for the Saints here in the bottom of the first inning.
And a good spot there for Vizcaino. Looked like it was maybe on a good trajectory to the fans, but obviously a can of corn play over there for Burton. And way to avoid any trouble after getting into 3-1 count to Kretschmar.
That'll bring up shortstop Ruben Mercado. Inside the numbers on Mercado. Pretty middle of the pack with the 250 average. Has had a ton of at-bats, 73 in this season. Couple of doubles and 7 RBIs as he takes the first pitch for ball 1. Good tempo to start from Vizcaino. See, he's going to control this game. And back-to-back starts of 2-0 counts on these hitters.
And Mercado was in the leadoff spot yesterday. Caused a little bit of problems throughout the game for the Saints. Picked up a couple of base hits, but only scored the 1 time in the first inning.
Now Mercado lifting this up. Jake Mcmurray trying to get over, but it will drift, tailing to the right and foul. 2-1 the count now to Ruben Mercado. As you mentioned, for Vizcaino, he's had a couple of innings, almost 3 innings, and the 6.75 ERA. This start here will help improve those numbers and get him to where he wants for the summer. The 2-1 to Mercado. This is low for ball 3. Back-to-back 3-1 counts to start this game off for Vizcaino.
And maybe a little first start jitters from Vizcaino. Not quite attacking the zone like you'd like to see.
Comes right back at it. Brandon Boning on the chopper. He's going to make this look easy. Throwing it over to Mcmurray, and that will be 2 up, 2 down for the Blues here in the bottom of the first inning.
And I guess right there, 10 pitches now for Vizcaino. 6 of them balls, but able to get 2 outs from it. So can't be too mad about it. Now we'll take on Samuelson and see if he can get out of this inning 1, 2, 3.
Tate Samuelson, the third baseman for the Blues. Nice breaking ball out of Vizcaino. Started inside, broke back out in the middle of the plate, and that'll be strike 1 on Tate Samuelson. Vizcaino dealing, quick tempo. Another breaking ball, another strike. Just what Vizcaino needed.
And now he's speeding it up here. Let's see if he goes right back to it. Samuelson in the box. Right when he gets set, Vizcaino should work quickly.
Here he comes. The 0-2 count. Just misses outside. Great location on the 0-2. 1-2 now to Tate Samuelson.
And Peyton Lewis tried to help him out, framing it as good as he could. Vizcaino thought it was in there. Tate Samuelson with a good take, getting the call from the home plate umpire.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Vizcaino kicks and delivers. Bit of a wild pitch, missing outside. Evens the count at 2-2. It's the first batter. Vizcaino has gotten to 2 strikes. First one flew out to left. Second one grounded out to the shortstop. Now looking for his first strikeout of the game. 2 balls and 2 strikes now, and the pitch. Full count now to Tate Samuelson after a high fastball.
And you see Vizcaino slowing it down now here to Samuelson after not giving that call on the outside corner with the 0-2, and it's caused him to throw 3 straight balls. Let's see if he tries to work fast again. Stop thinking about it. Just throw it.
3-2 for ball 4. And after getting ahead in the count 0-2, Vizcaino gives a free pass to Tate Samuelson, and now the left fielder, Mason Grotto, will get a chance to get a hack.
And you know you got to be kicking yourself there if you're Vizcaino. Getting 0-2 on one of the better hitters in this lineup for the Blues, Tate Samuelson, and losing him on 4 pitches shortly after.
And now the second walk of the season for Vizcaino as he quickly starts to Mason Grotto, a foul ball for strike 1.
And that's what you got to do if you're Vizcaino. After giving up the walk, just continue to attack the zone. You don't want to keep giving up these free base pass, giving up 90 feet like that. Grotto, a strong bet. Got to be careful. Keep it on the black. But fire away in there.
No balls and a strike. Pitch very inside, nearly hits Grotto for ball 1. Grotto, a very talented hitter, reminds me of Conor Bradshaw with Drew Cowley combined, leads the team in doubles at 10, very high batting average of 390, leads the team in terms of that category. The other 2 barely get any playing time, so they're at 500 as Vizcaino fires now for strike 2. Mason Grotto also leads the team with 35 RBIs. Has a lot of runs driven in, and this would be a big out for the Saints to get. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Grotto. Pitch is fouled off, and Grotto will stay alive here in the first.
And keep throwing him in there if you're Vizcaino like that. Understanding that Grotto is a great hitter for the Blues, but the 1-2 count, he's going to be aggressive. A guy who likes to swing the bat, you said with the 390 average. See if you can get him to chase something.
Nice breaking ball. Strike 3 call, and Vizcaino gets his first strikeout and out of the inning. 1 walk allowed, 1 runner left on, but no runs scored, and the Saints still lead this ballgame 1-0 heading into the second inning. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Back to the action here in the second inning. Due up for the Saints, Tanner Lindsley, Brandon Boning, and Jackson Cobb. The Saints able to jump up to a 1-0 lead in the first time they've been able to get ahead on this team in the first inning, as Tom and I were talking about in the break. As Tanner Lindsley takes this first pitch low and away for ball 1. These 2 teams have met 4 times this summer and have split those 4 matchups. 2-2 the record for the Saints against the Blues. And for the Blues, their last game, they had an 8-4 win over the Riptide. Blues a 20-10 record, 10-8 in league play, as we mentioned, 1.5 games back on the Saints. 2-0 the count now to Tanner Lindsley.
And the first time that the Saints have been leading at Schinsheimer Park after the first inning.
Love to see that. Quick 3-0 count now to Tanner Lindsley. He had a great game on Thursday against Conejo Oaks. Just a whole load of singles in that game.
4 of them.
4 for 5 in that contest was Tanner Lindsley, and a 10-0 Saints victory as he takes a 3-0 for strike 1. Hitters count for Tanner Lindsley. He'll have the green light to swing away on this one. Gutierrez kicks and delivers. Missing outside, and that'll be a free pass, and the first one allowed by Gutierrez. He did hit Peyton Lewis in the first inning, but the first walk allowed by the man for the Blues. They'll bring up Brandon Boning.
And Tanner Lindsley never even having to get the bat off the shoulder and able to walk over to first base.
And those are the at-bats that the Saints have been loving all season long. Enables them to get the pitch count up, especially on Gutierrez, and get him out of the game quickly. Now the first pitch to Boning, strike 1. Brandon Boning has really turned it around as we make it past into the second half of this season. He's come all the way up, now batting .260. Remember, not just a week and a half ago, he was right about 180, so he's really started to heat up in his bat. Now he'll be down quickly 0-2.
Yeah, he's one of those Saints, along with Peyton Lewis, Tanner Lindsley, really picking it up as of late. Saints bats right now hot.
Lindsley on first, checked by Gutierrez, kicks and delivers. And a swing and a miss on the slider. Down goes Brandon Boning, and the second strikeout now for Michael Gutierrez here in this ballgame.
Yeah, found himself in a tough spot there, had to protect, got fooled on the breaking ball. Brandon Boning will be the second strikeout victim for Gutierrez.
And now up to the plate, Jackson Cobb, and he's also been heating up as well, now batting .330. We saw against that game against Conejo Oaks, he was down to .290, still a very fair average, but he's improved that by 40 points. Could have been that 12-run inning that the Saints had in that ball game as well. Cobb had a couple of hits just in that inning, so that'll definitely help you out.
Well, and Jackson Cobb, he'll tell you, he'll be the first one to say it, was not happy with how his season started, has been consistently in that 9 spot, but they use him as that second leadoff man with the DH rules, and he has way too fast a hands to be slumping that quickly. Knew he was going to turn it around, and sure enough, like you said, now a batting average well north of 300.
Miss outside. Tanner Lindsley thinks about going, but does not have the wheels at 6'4", 220. And a good job by the catcher, Jason Siri, keeping that close. Now 3-0 the count to Jackson Cobb. And another free pass looking imminent here for the Saints. The 3-0 pitch. And that just catches the outside corner for strike 1. And now Cobb will be getting the green light yet again.
And you wonder if San Luis Obispo, after noticing how lefty-heavy the lineup is for the Saints, throwing the lefty today, Gutierrez, see if that would mess with how the Saints approach things.
Right back up the middle, the flip. And they are able to turn 2 here on Jackson Cobb. A double play equals 2 teddy bears to the Children's Hospital, and that's what the Blues will be doing, giving away 2 teddy bears on that double play, and that will end the top of the second inning. No runners left on, no runs scored, 1 walk, and that'll be it for the top of the second. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Back to the action here in the bottom of the second inning. David Vizcaino back on the mound looking to do some more damage. Due up for the Blues, Vincent Martinez, Trey Clarkson, and Thomas Trinka. Saints still holding, and they're on to their 1-0 lead. And the first pitch from Vizcaino. Chopper over to Jake Mcmurray. A nice pick showing off those first baseman skills like a champ, and the first out here in the bottom of the second.
And get off to a quick start if you're Vizcaino. 1 pitch, 1 out. And you can move on to the next one.
Saints unfortunately grounded out into the 4-6-3 double play last inning, but a hot start here from Vizcaino. Now this first pitch to Trey Clarkson in there for strike one. And we've seen the first pitch strikes continuously increase in this ballgame for Vizcaino, really starting to find his stuff and quickly with the tempo. Now we'll pop up to center field. Conor Bradshaw out there, tailing left, and he camps under it for the second out of the inning.
And continuing to throw pitches that Blues hitters can't do much with. Vizcaino, after that one to Clarkson, about the best you could do with that one. It would be quite a charge at Jackie Robinson, but with the 395 center field, it'll be an easy fly out to Bradshaw.
2 up, 2 down for the Blues in the second. Vizcaino rolling. 1 ball and no strikes. And the 1-0 into Thomas Trinka evens the count at 1-1.
Trinka didn't get the start yesterday, but did come on as a pinch hitter. Ended up grounding out into a fielder's choice late in the game. Only got the 1 at bat.
Trinka grounds us down third, just foul. Right down that third base line, had a chance for the Blues to get some extra bases there, but just goes foul. For Tommy Trinka, bottom half of the spectrum, batting about 170, has 7 runs scored on the season off of just 9 hits. So you can bet if he gets on base, he's most likely coming around to score. The 1-2 now. Swing and a miss, strike 3 call on the breaking ball. The second strikeout for Vizcaino in this ball game, and 3 up, 3 down for the Blues. We head to the top of the third inning. Conor Bradshaw, Jake Mcmurray, and Drew Cowley due up in the top of the order for the Saints. Back to the action here. Fun little event they had in between the second and the third. Catch a throw down and try to knock a bunch of bottles over by second base. And I don't know if he hit it there, but they sure gave it to him. Starting out now, Michael Gutierrez to the top of the lineup yet again. Conor Bradshaw takes the first pitch for strike 1. Quicker tempo from Gutierrez. Almost hits Bradshaw on the curveball to even the count 1-1.
And Bradshaw, we saw lead off the game with a single in the first inning. Unfortunately, was picked off later on in Mcmurray's at-bat, but looking to do more damage here in his second.
Saints got off to that hot start. 3 batters up and 3 hits, and that's all they've had since then. Just 3 hits in this ball game, but as you mentioned, should be a 2-0 ball game had Conor Bradshaw not been picked off at first. The 2-1 now to Bradshaw. This is a bit upstairs, 3-1 hitters count.
And right where you want Bradshaw here, only swinging if he likes it. And maybe a good thing he got out of the way of the pitch, because if he hits it far, he might go farther than first.
3-1 pops straight up. Siri looking for it and just gets over the netting. And to fight for it, there's a lot more fans here than a Jackie Robinson here today, and a free souvenir for a fan.
On the second effort, too, nonetheless. Couldn't get it on the hop. Lost it for a second, and then still picked it underneath a chair.
Great concentration. You love to see it. Now a full count to Conor Bradshaw. Gutierrez sets, kicks, and delivers, and misses outside. And another free pass for the Saints. Saints have been able to get a runner on each inning via the free pass. Peyton Lewis got hit by a pitch, Tanner Lindsley last inning, and now Conor Bradshaw. And you know what the Saints can do if they're given some opportunities to their leadoff guys. If they got on via the error or a free pass, statistically this season they've been coming around to score a good 75-80% of the time. Now Jake Mcmurray back in the box. He doubled off of the Texas leaguer, and as you said, probably the softest hit double of McMurray's career. He'll take first pitch, strike 1.
And we see Bradshaw taking a much shorter lead at first base than he did last time. Doesn't want to get picked off here, knowing McMurray and Cowley behind him.
And now this one heading toward the stands as well. And another free souvenir for the fans. No balls, 2 strikes to Jake Mcmurray. Pitch, a chopper down the first base line, gets foul. Trey Clarkson there. Throw that back into the dugout. The Blues mascot, Blue Bell, out there showing the kids some love and making sure that the fans out here get excited.
Not my speed, Charlie.
No.
Not for me.
Not too sure what the Saints mascot would be.
Maybe a Friar?
Could be a Friar. I'd like that. Could be just Drew Cowley out there.
Yeah, Mr. Saint.
Mr. Saint himself. Jake McMurray still battling out there, 0-2 the count. He's fouled a few off in this at-bat. Gutierrez checks the runner, and he will throw over. Good pickoff attempt on Conor Bradshaw. They've already got him once. They're trying to get him again. Gutierrez and the Blues trying to keep it at 1-0. Saints trying to come up with something to extend their lead. 0-2 pitch now to McMurray. Bit of a pitch out there to see if Bradshaw was going to go, it looked like. That missed way upstairs for ball 1.
And got to keep him honest at first base. Bradshaw, even though was picked off, already saw in the AB, not afraid to take off and run.
Bradshaw now leads the team in stolen bases with 5. Chopper down the third base line, foul. And McMurray really making Gutierrez work for it here.
And we said McMurray, for his big build and stature, very defensive swinger. Does not strike out a lot. And will work you deep and late into counts. And fire up your pitch count if you're going to work for it.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Jake Mcmurray goes down on the curveball, and that'll be now the third strikeout for Michael Gutierrez in this ball game, and the first out for the Saints in the third.
And a good comeback there from Gutierrez. After surrendering the walk to Bradshaw, coming back to Mcmurray and quickly retiring him on strikes.
Saints trying to avoid some deja vu here. Last inning, start off with the walk, and now a pickoff will get Conor Bradshaw. A bit of a slow throw, and that's going to get by him into center field. Conor Bradshaw heading for third, and 2 stolen bases off of the poor throw by Trey Clarkson. Missed a little low, unable to dig it up as Ruben Mercado and the Saints have a runner at third with 1 out.
And heads up by Bradshaw there, just keep running, make them make the throw. After he sees it goes into center field, able to fire away after third base.
Now Mr. Saint in the batter's box. Drew Cowley looking to get an RBI here. He pops this one up down the left field line. It's tailing, and that will get foul. Caught over there by a Saint. Who was that over there? That was Saxon Andros. I think he was warming up a little bit and decided to catch a pop fly that was heading right at him. 0-1 now to Drew Cowley. He's got 16 RBIs on the season, looking for 17.
Similar situation for him.
He already got 17, actually, Tommy, with his last at bat. This one is going to be popped up to the left fielder, Grotto. Let's see. Yep, Conor Bradshaw's going to tag up. This could be 18. Make that 18 RBIs on the season for Drew Cowley, and the Saints now with a 2-0 lead.
And both RBIs coming courtesy of Drew Cowley now. The RBI double his last time up, and a sac fly now. Won't hurt the average, only helps out.
And now Peyton Lewis stepping on into the batter's box with a shield to protect himself. He doesn't want to get hit by another pitch. First pitch in there for strike 1. Oh, 1 to Lewis. Swung on. Clarkson there. Eats it up and will tag first for the third out of the inning. But good on the Saints. They score another run, increase their lead to 2 via another Drew Cowley RBI. Leave no runners on here, and they have a 2-0 lead heading into the bottom of the third inning. Back to the action here in the bottom of the third inning. A pitching change for the Saints. David Vizcaino's day is done. A great outing, 2 innings of work, no hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts with 0 earned runs. Helps out the average. Now Saxon Andros, the Cal State Los Angeles product, in for the Saints to continue the work.
Yeah, and Vizcaino making his first start of the summer. Might have an innings cap. We're not sure about it, but Andros had a couple starts so far this year for the Saints and did have himself in that rotation that they were running. Got roughed up a little bit in his last outing at the MLB Youth Academy. Gave up 6 runs in a second inning performance, but able to fire off quickly here on Grant Burton and quickly ahead 2-0.
Yeah, and fortunate for Andros, the Saints put up 12 runs in an inning, so that'll help get you back into the ball game, and they were able to win that one. So a no decision for Andros there. He's 1-1 on the season with a starter, a 6.58 ERA, and is looking to help himself out here with a strikeout. Now 1-2 to Grant Burton. Very impressive start from Vizcaino. First start of the season, doesn't allow a run, and the Saints up 2-0 here in this ball game. Peyton Lewis has done a great job keeping everything in front of him. But the Blues haven't had any runners to work with.
Yeah, and should the success continue, we should see Andros probably get quite a few innings. If everything goes perfect, we could maybe even see him touch that 4-inning mark.
It'd be great to see him go that long. He's pitched 13 2/3, and now the 1-2 almost gets Grant Burton to swing, able to pull up on the check swing, evening the count 2-2.
And that last start, very unconventional for Andros.
It was.
Not something we typically see out of him. He's been very solid and consistent, and one rough outing will skew the numbers a little bit in the summer ball league.
This 2-2, a liner, and that's going to fall right in front of Jag Burton. And a leadoff single for Grant Burton and the Blues will bring up Jason Siri with a runner on.
And Jag Burton playing deep out in left field. Would have been a crazy play for either him or Boning to make. And just falls in there in left. And the Blues will start with the leadoff runner via the single.
First hit for the Blues in this ball game off of the Texas Leaguer that found the sweet spot. Now the first pitch to Jason Siri, the catcher, in there for strike 1.
Now we'll look to see Andros keep the ball low in the zone. And look for the double play ball that we saw twice yesterday out of that duo in the middle infield, Boning and Cobb. Saw a 4.63 and a 6.43 yesterday.
Just an electric combination, able to go back and forth, and as you mentioned, 4.6, 6.4, just sharing the love out there. It's great. Ball misses just outside to even the count at 1-1. Andros, the kind of guy who's going to make the defense work for him. He puts the ball in play quite a bit, but always manageable for this Saints lineup. Quick pick back over to first, and keeping Grant Burton, the center fielder, honest. As for Burton, 4 stolen bases. So he's got some wheels over there at first. This one's shot out. Down the first base side, way foul. And that'll make it a 1-2 count. Runner at first, nobody out for the Blues. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jason Siri. The pitch. This is high for 2-2.
Andros really concerned with the runner at first. Seen him pick over quite a few times for Burton. And trying to get as many outs as he can before getting back to the top of the order after Siri.
The 2-2 pitch. In there, strike 3 call looking. Down goes Jason Siri on the off-speed changeup. And that will be the first strikeout and first out here in this ball game for Saxon Andros.
And a curveball that just fooled him. Looked like it was going to hit Siri right in the shoulder. Comes right back over the heart of the plate. And couldn't do anything with it. Watched it go right past him, and now he'll walk back to the dugout.
Phenomenal pitch, and just what Saxon Andros needed now. The double play ball still in effect, but now 1 out, and we're back to the top of the lineup. And Austin Kretschmar. Kretschmar takes the first one for ball 1. Austin flew out to left field into Jag Burton his first time up. And Saxon Andros looking for the same result. Saxon really not letting Grant Burton get comfortable over there at first.
And for someone who's so concerned about the runner at first, he's really relying heavily on his curveball right now. Seen a lot of them start in the zone, finish in the dirt.
The runner goes, the hit and run. A nice hit by Austin Kretschmar. Grant Burton going to hold up at second, able to get it in quickly. And the Blues will have runners at first and second with 1 out. Great job by right fielder Josh Cowden, not allowing Burton to get to third. We know that he has wheels.
Well, and Burton looked to see if Cobb had a chance to make a play on it too. Hesitated a little bit, didn't want to get caught up in a double play situation. And the hit and run virtually coming up useless there. After the single, still only gets over to second base. And a good play by Cowden to charge in on that one and keep him just there at second.
Now Ruben Mercado stepping into the batter's box. Grounded out to the shortstop last time up. And we were talking about it. The way the Vizcaíno was pitching, there had to have been some sort of pitch count or inning count because we expected to see him out here in the third and now a couple of hits. But now Drew Cowley flipping it over to Cobb. Now back over to first Mcmurray. The 5-4-3 double play. The Saints hit him right back with one of their own, and they'll get out of the inning unscathed, maintaining their 2-0 lead. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Michael Gutierrez back on the mound, and we're back ready for action as Josh Cowden, Jag Burton, and Tanner Lindsley are due up for the Saints to try to increase their 2-0 lead. Great 5-4-3 double play got the Saints out of the third, and now we're at the top of the fourth. Josh Cowden struck out his last time up. He'll be looking to get the leadoff hitter on for the Saints.
Yeah, it was the first strikeout of the game for Gutierrez on that nasty slider that's been hit or miss today, but it worked against Cowden.
2 quick balls now, and the walk leader will be looking to get a free pass here to start off this inning. And what did I say, Tommy? The Saints were able to get a walk to start last inning, and that was the man Conor Bradshaw who was able to come around on the sac fly. But fortunately, they didn't get it in the second, so we're batting around 50 for 50 right now. There's 3 quick balls to Cowden. And now strike one. Make it a hitter's count, and Cowden will get the green light.
Yeah, and leadoff walks, like you said, very valuable, and it's at all levels.
San Luis Obispo Baseball Stadium is packed here this afternoon. Lovely Sunday afternoon. Love seeing all these families and fans of baseball out here for the CCL matchup between the Saints and the Blues here. Full count now. Gutierrez kicks and delivers, missing outside. And Josh Cowden just knows how to work that count. 20 walks on the season now. He's been having a keen eye all summer long.
And the first guy to reach that number for the Saints this season so far. And 20 of them now through the first 18 games in conference play, and I'm sure we'll see him get quite a few more by the end of the summer as well, too.
A bunch shown by Jack Burton, pops it up. Unfortunate enough for him, goes backwards for strike one. Could have been a very easy play by Jason Siri had it stayed closer. Burton grounded out. Flew out to shortstop his last time up. Lazy pickoff move by Gutierrez, keeping Josh Cowden honest. Cowden has some wheels of his own. 3 stolen bases so far this season. 0-1 pitch. Missing upstairs. 1-1 the count to Jack Burton.
And Burton, the guy we see in the lineup pretty much on a daily basis, near the top of the team in games played, has started his season near that 3-4-5 spot, has since worked his way down as the season has progressed.
And now a Texas leaguer calling him off is Austin Kretschmar to get the first out of the inning. A couple of infield flyouts to start the game for Jack Burton. That will bring up Tanner Lindsley. And as I take a look at it, Josh Cowden has played 22 games with 20 walks, almost averaging a walk per game. Just insane. And knows how to get the free pass. One gone, Josh Cowden at first. Tanner Lindsley takes the first pitch low and away for ball one. Lindsley was awarded the free pass himself the first time he was up back in the second inning. He's unable to come around to score for the Saints. 1 balls, no strikes. Gutierrez, another pickoff. Nearly freezes Josh Cowden. He's having some good pickoff moves today on the mound.
Yeah, Gutierrez looking at first, looking back to the plate, then looking back at first as he throws over. Kind of fools Cowden and almost caught him slipping on the short lead even.
Gutierrez now kicks and delivers. Missing upstairs. 2-0 now to Tanner Lindsley.
Lindsley hasn't even had a swing yet today, Charlie.
He is just having a time up there. He's just enjoying the sights, taking a look at center field, seeing all the sponsors they got out there.
7 pitches to him so far, has not taken a pitch.
But Josh Cowden takes off. The throw is way outside, missing to the right. Good on Ruben Mercado coming out there to save Josh Cowden getting to third. Could have been even more than that. Wild throw by the catcher Jason Siri. And now the Saints have a runner in scoring position and Tanner Lindsley sitting at a 3-0 count. Let's see if he could take a walk down easy street with this one. The 3-0 pitch. Missing inside. And Tanner Lindsley having himself a day, leaving the bat on the shoulder.
His second walk in as many appearances. And has seen 9 pitches. 8 of them have been balls. 1 has been a strike. And after that walk to Lindsley, it's going to start a visit to the mound for the Blues.
Saints have been doing a great job, especially with 2 walks in this inning, getting Gutierrez's pitch count up. And we'll see if that's going to be it for Gutierrez in this ball game. take a quick break as the Blues have their mound meeting, and we'll see what's good. Just a quick mound visit. Gutierrez still on the mound for the Blues, and Brandon Boning steps into the batter's box. He struck out on 3 pitches his last time up. Looking to get the count and see a few more this time around. Boning takes low for ball 1. Already a nice change of pace for Brandon Boning in this at-bat. Saints with a 2-0 lead, runners at first and second, 1 out. And then Boning looking to stay hot with a hit here. "12 RBI season so far for Brandon Boning. Looking to bring across Cowden for 13. Another ball. Gutierrez has been losing his stuff here in the 4th.
And we do see some movement over in the Blues pen. No one quite throwing yet, but arms getting loose, stretching out over there. There is some action, and we might see the last of Michael Gutierrez today.
A makeshift bullpen for the Blues here, but seems to work for the pitchers. Now Brandon Boning ropes one into left. That's going to get over the left fielder. He was playing too far in. Mason Grotto having to go all the way back. Josh Cowden, he's going to score. Tanner Lindsley, he'll score. And the Saints double their lead off of a double by Brandon Boning, making it a 4-0 ball game.
Yeah, and Mason Grotto out there in left, not putting respect on Brandon Boning's name. He's been putting a charge into baseballs in the left field when pulling them over the last few weeks. And that one right there, evidence of it. Grotto playing too far in, easily will score Cowden. Lindsley on his horse was trailing right behind him, knew it was going to be down, and the Saints now double their lead off Michael Gutierrez.
Making Grotto pay for it respectfully out there, and Brandon Boning now standing on second with still 1 out. And Jackson Cobb looking to continue the fun here and add to the party. Cobb grounded out into a 4-6-3 double play to end the second inning, his last time up. He'll be looking for a much different outcome this time around.
And a hard hit ball from Cobb last time. You knew it had to be. It's hard to double him up. A lot of speed in the base pass and in the batter's box right now.
As the lefty can really make you pay and some infield singles if you're lazy getting that throw off. But now down quickly, 0-2. Curveball nearly hits Cobb, almost gives it away there. Be fired for ball 1. Saints continuing their offensive efficiency, having 4 runs off of 4 hits in this ball game. The 1-2 pitch, just missing a little high, and Jackson Cobb even knew it, staying a little up in the box. An unbelievable eye by Cobb there. Looks too close to leave off.
And you know Jackson Cobb likes to speak his mind out there, telling the umpire, yeah, I knew it was high. I knew it wasn't in there.
He lets him know. He's living dangerously on the edge, and now he's battled back to make this a full count after going down quickly 0-2, and the struggles continue for Gutierrez on the mound.
And this would just be brutal for Gutierrez to lose Cobb on this one here. An inning that We've seen 2 walks so far and an RBI double from Boning the last time up. Do not want to see the 3rd walk if you're Gutierrez.
And he's going to give it to you, Tommy. 3 walks just in this inning. The 5th walk of this ball game for Gutierrez. And more action continues in that Blues bullpen, but it looks like they're going to leave him out there. And we go back to the top of this Saints lineup with Conor Bradshaw. Bradshaw has already scored twice, courtesy of Drew Cowley. And now Brandon Boning adding to the party with 2 RBIs here in this inning. First pitch to Bradshaw, missing outside, 1-0. Still 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning. Saints have runners at 1st and 2nd. Gutierrez kicks and delivers. Missing upstairs, and a quick 2-0 count to Conor Bradshaw.
And if you're Gutierrez here, really taking a toll on you now. 3 walks already in the inning, a 2-0 count to virtually the best hitter on this Saints team. Don't know if you want to give him something to swing at.
Chopper down the first base line, foul. Would have definitely brought in a run there. Gutierrez catches a break, and the first strike now to Bradshaw. Two speedsters on the bases for the Saints. Cobb at first, Boning at second. The infield combo we're used to seeing all season long. Having a chance to score like the duo they are. Now a chopper down the first base line again. And again, drifting foul. 2-2 now to Conor Bradshaw.
Bradshaw trying to take advantage of the pitches that Gutierrez does get across the plate. And continuing to put pressure on him if he should try to do it again.
That 2-2 missing outside. Full count now to Conor Bradshaw. Gutierrez has had half and half success today, throwing first pitch strikes is 10 of 19. Is definitely going to want to start off these batters more consistently. Right back up the middle, Conor Bradshaw, an attempt to turn 2. And safe at first. Jackson Cobb unable to beat it out, but Conor Bradshaw running his heart out down the first baseline, and the Saints will have runners at the corners with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th.
And that hustle play right there by Conor Bradshaw going to not be shown in the stat book, but very valuable to keep that inning alive with runners now at the corners for Jake Mcmurray. It looks like Bob Miller, slow manager, will go to the bullpen and switch things up and get rid of the southpaw Gutierrez for a righty.
pitching change, as we mentioned, for the Blues. Michael Gutierrez, day is done. Rough outing for him. 3 2/3 innings of work, 4 hits allowed, 5 walks, 3 strikeouts, and 4 earned runs. That will bring in Vaughn Matterer, number 35. Another pitcher that has struggled for the Blues this season as he throws first pitch strike to Jake Mcmurray. As for Vaughn, an 8.1 ERA on the season so far. He's had 12 strikeouts but 11 walks. Pretty even base on balls to strikeout ratio. Second pitch misses outside. 1-1 now to Jake Mcmurray.
And the Blues going over to a righty with the righty Mcmurray, one of few in the lineup today, along with Brandon Boning.
Conor Bradshaw took off, but a foul ball from Mcmurray will keep him at first.
And it seems to be a very common call when Jake Mcmurray is at the plate for the hit and run sign. And I feel like he always follows it off. Conor Bradshaw's got to be annoyed at first base, always running down to second and finding his way back at first base.
Like, Jake, one time. Maybe just swing and miss, if anything.
Hard to throw him a pitch he wants to swing at.
Saints looking to extend their lead even more. Already added 2 so far this inning. If you're Mcmurray, you're looking for your 12th RBI. Swing and a miss there on the fastball. Down goes Mcmurray for the second time today via the strikeout. And Vaughn Matterer able to get out of this unscathed since coming in. Leaves the runners on the corner. Saints score 2 here to extend their lead to 4-0. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Back to the action here to the bottom of the 4th inning. Saxon Andros back on the mound looking to continue this shutout that the Saints are putting up. Tate Samuelson, Mason Grotto, and Vincent Martinez due up for the Blues here. Nice 3-4-5 part of this order, looking to do some damage and get on the board here in this inning. Tate Samuelson, he walked the last time up, seeing a lot of pitches, took it to a full count. Got the free pass. So swing on the first one here. Tailing foul and going to the right for strike 1 off the foul ball.
And one thing's for sure, even though Andros found himself into some trouble, he has been attacking first pitch to a lot of these hitters. Quickly getting ahead of them, and it showed to have some success to start.
And on a guy like Tate Samuelson, as Andros misses on that one for ball 1, you got to watch out what you give to this man. 4 home runs on the season, tying Conor Bradshaw for the league record right now. Now Andros falling behind in the count, 2-1 to Samuelson. 2-1. Going to get right over Jackson Cobb head, a bloop single over him. And the Blues will have their leadoff hitter on off a single to start off the 4th inning.
Yeah, lazy bloop hit just over the head of Jackson Cobb. He knew it right off the bat, watched it, didn't even put the glove up. Lands right in front of Josh Cowden, and Tate Samuelson starts off.
And now a big hit out of Mason Grotto. This one's going to left field and caught by Conor Bradshaw, getting on his horse, making it all the way over to the warning track and making the catch. What an amazing athlete they got out there in center field.
And what about the ground covered there by Conor Bradshaw? I think everyone in this park thought that had potential to leave, maybe at least drop in for a double. Samuelson was all the way at second base, had to run all the way back to first, and Conor Bradshaw saving a lot of damage that could have been done.
I'd like to see some AWS tracker stats that they got for football on that one. I want to know how many yards he ran on that one to make that catch. Unreal. And how about that for Saxon Andros catching a huge break? We mentioned he likes to put the ball in play a lot. He's going to have these hitters hit, and his defense has been working for him. And you could tell with that Conor Bradshaw catch. First pitch to Vincent Martinez for ball 1. Martinez grounded out to first base his last time up. And for Andros, he'll be avoiding trying to get the 4th hit that he's allowed since coming into this game. Foul ball evens the count 1-1.
And Martinez picked up a hit yesterday. Didn't do much after it. 1 for 4 performance after his first AB. Grounded out into a double play yesterday. And now looking to avoid the inning-ending double play for a second day.
Blues have some catchers that can hit. 2 out of their top 4 guys, are catchers. Vincent Martinez is a catcher. He's DHing today. He's batting .326. Very commendable average. He finds himself down 1-2 to Saxon Andros. Andros kicks and delivers. Martinez just caught a piece of that, and that came back to hit him. Take a quick time to make sure he can walk it off, and he'll be all right.
And we saw Andros really focusing on his curveball in the first inning, has since tailed away from it. Wonder what he went in there thinking in his second inning of work, and let's see if he can bring it back. It showed a lot of success in his first inning of work.
Be a great time on the 1-2, and there it is. Curveball gets him swinging. You called it, Tommy, just when he needed it the most. And the second strikeout for Andros since coming into this ball game. He's starting to feel hot.
And as it was last inning, it worked a lot for him. It must have hung the one to Grotto earlier in the inning and was afraid to go back to it, but just the one quick mistake on it, and it wasn't even a mistake, just allowed out to Bradshaw. Continue using it, keeping it low in the zone, and success will follow.
And that'll bring up Trey Clarkson. And 2 away here in the 4th. A pop-up into left field. Jag Burton tracking, slides, but is unable to come up with the catch. A great effort by Jag Burton, and really great hustle that we've seen from these Saints outfielders so far today. Saxon Andros able to retire the 4th and 5th batters in this lineup. Very commendable. And he'll be trying to get out Trey Clarkson in the 6th spot here. Clarkson flew out to center his last time up. And the Blues are still looking to get on the board. The 1-0 pitch. Missing outside, 1-1.
And Lewis has had a great day dealing with the curveballs from both pitchers today, Vizcaino and Andros. Able to get his body in front of him. And holding Samuelson to first base, as that one looked like it might skip away from him, but Samuelson not going to tempt the arm of Lewis.
Now this 1-1 is drilled into left. That's going to get over Burton. He's tripping up. In comes Tate Samuelson. He's being waved around home. And the Blues get on the board here in the fourth inning, making it a 4-1 game. Blues score, use score pricing, $3 beer and wine. That's why you hear the fans going crazy. They're getting their liquor on a discount right now.
And Jack Burton, just a bad jump on that one. Looked like it just kept tailing as Clarkson got it. Burton's first step was in, and the ball sailed right over his head. A very similar outcome in the top of the inning with Mason Grotto and Brandon Boning's double. And Clarkson will pick up the double on the blunder by Burton.
Blues finally able to get on the board, and now Thomas Trinka stepping into the batter's box, looking to continue to cut into their deficit. Trey Clarkson, courtesy of the RBI double. And now Andros quickly gets ahead on Thomas Trinka. 0-2 the count. Trinka a strikeout victim to David Vizcaino. Now Andros trying to add that to his resume. Wow, that one just misses outside. Great location out of Andros, 1-2.
It might have been up in the zone too as well. Looked like Lewis had to bring that one back down. But that's a pitch you'll be happy with if you're Andros on most days.
Ball is fouled off. 1 ball, 2 strikes. It's Thomas Trinka. Became a beautiful day at San Luis Obispo Baseball Stadium. Sun is now out. Still some clouds in the sky, but much brighter future for this game as it goes on. Pitch to Trinka, fouled off. And Andros continues his quest for his 3rd strikeout of this ballgame.
That's the beauty of the matinee games. 1 o'clock start time. First time we've had one of those this year. And with a long drive ahead, Saints will be happy to get home at a reasonable time than usual from the slow trips.
Now that slow trip last time, Tommy, as you can attest, 2 a.m.
2:30.
2:30 in the morning back to Pasadena. Saints fortunate enough to get the day game. A beautiful day it turned out to be, and I'm starting to love these day games. I wish we had some of Jackie Robinson.
And with no lights over there, you'd think we'd have more. Or with the limited lights that we get. Usually that's why we get the 6 o'clock start times.
Lights shut off at Jackie Robinson at 10 p.m. But as you mentioned, some fields, Conejo Oaks, unable to have lights. They've had a few games they've had to postpone. Tommy Trinka battling back all the way to make this a full count now, 3-2, after Andros seemed to have him dead to rights on that 0-2 count.
Yeah, and fouling off a few pitches. Trinka really making a good AB out of this against Andros.
And yet another foul ball. The man is battling. Trying to get the middle reliever Andros to increase his pitch count. Maybe get some new arms in there. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Thomas Trinka. Off-speed pitch, Drew Cowley getting the chopper, throwing on over to 1. Mcmurray reaches and makes the catch, and that'll be the 3rd out here in the bottom of the 4th inning. But the Blues get on the board, courtesy of a double by Trey Clarkson, and they make it a 4-1 ball game. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Welcome back to San Luis Baseball Stadium. Saints leading 4-1 as we start the fifth. Drew Cowley, Peyton Lewis, and Josh Cowden, a solid part of this Saints lineup, looking to make up that one run scored in the bottom of the fourth by the Blues.
And Drew Cowley, RBIs in both his plate appearances so far. Starting off an inning today and quickly down 0-2.
Good take there by Cowley. 1-2 now. Vaughn Matterer still out there for the Blues. Kicks and delivers. This one is sent into left center by Cowley. This is going to get over the left fielder again. Mason Grotto playing too far in both times on these Saints hitters and costing him a double in both occasions.
And now 2 for 2 today with 2 doubles. Drew Cowley. The sac fly in his last AB.
He doesn't need any runners on, does he, Tommy? He's just out there hitting no matter what. A nice double for him. And make that now his 14th double on the season. He just keeps raking them up.
Yeah, and he might have even been able to stretch that one into his first triple of the year.
He was thinking about it.
Talking to him on the bus, asking him why he doesn't hit more triples, and he said, why hit triples when you could just hit home runs? You're practically already there anyway.
Seems like a very Babe Ruth-like response. I like hitting home runs, so why not? Peyton Lewis stepping into the batter's box, takes the first pitch outside for ball 1. He's still looking for his first hit of the ball game. Very curious. The middle part of this lineup unable to get on base so far in this ball game. The 4, 5, and 6 hitters. All the other ones have been able to reach, and some of them have gotten the chance to score. 4 Saints ball players have scored. Josh Cowden, Tanner Lindsley. Actually, Conor Bradshaw was the other 2, so 3 of them have scored in this ball game.
And the guy they call P-Lou in the dugout has caught fire. I'm sure we'll see some of his get put in play. He had a day that he would probably like to forget. Last game up here, 0 for 5, 4 strikeouts in San Luis Obispo. Looking to put something in play with the matinee day today.
Never a good day getting the golden sombrero. Striking out 4 times in a ball game. And with that swing and a miss, make it 2-2 to pay Lou. Catching today is Lewis. He's been doing a great job behind the dish, keeping everything in front of him. Blues have not stolen a base so far in this game. 2 balls and 2 strikes. And the pitch. Nearly catches him, but that's going to catch the inside corner fastball for strike 3. Lewis was crowding the plate, and he's going to get a strikeout looking here in the 5th.
Yeah, not sure if he knew he was crowding the plate or if he didn't want to deal with the home plate umpire, but no protest from him. He'll walk on back to the dugout, and Moderer will get the strikeout looking.
I thought that was going to be number 8 there, Tommy. If he got hit by another pitch, and just getting abused out there. That'll bring up Josh Cowden. He walked, got a free pass his last time up, but is 0 for 1 with a strikeout.
Came around to score on that walk. Stole a base as well.
Now this one lifted up by Cowden. Left field. Grotto able to get underneath this one and make the second out here for the Blues in the top of the 5th inning.
Yeah, swinging early on Moderer. And Cowden just underneath it, a little late on it. And the lefty will pop out easily to Grotto in left. And what an inning that started with great promise with a leadoff double from Cowley and the strikeout and the quick fly out to left. Now 2 down for Jag Burton, and Cowley still at second base.
Great job there by Jason Siri protecting that. Wild pitch by Moderer. Burton with 2 infield pop-outs so far in this game. 0 for 2, looking for his first hit. There's a chopper over to second baseman, Kretschmar, and that will be in time to retire Burton. So after a big double to start this inning by Cowley, 3 up, 3 down for the Saints. 4, 5, and 6 have yet to get a hit for him in this ball game. We head to the bottom of the 5th. Grant Burton, Jason Siri, and Austin Kretschmar due up for the Blues. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Welcome back here to San Luis Obispo Baseball Stadium. Pitching change, Saxon Andros' day is done. In comes Rashad Ruff, newly added pitcher for the Saints. And for his first outing in relief, let's see what he can do as the Saints are up 4-1 in this ballgame.
Yeah, Ruff out of Azusa Pacific College in California. Two-way player. Does a little bit of mid-infield. Traveled with the team on Friday. Did not get any playing time, but did take batting practice. And showing off his pitching display. And quickly ahead 0-2 on Burton.
And as for Saxon Andros, 2 innings of work. Seems 2-2-2 might be in play here today. Deuces are wild. 4 hits on Andros. 2 strikeouts, but 1 earned run. That was able to get the Blues on the board.
And really excited to see Ruff in his debut for the Saints. After losing a few arms that started the season, Ruff coming on late. And just missing his first strikeout as that one looked to be a little low as a Saint.
I thought they were going to give it to him, Tommy. That would have been great. Starting off your first batter in your debut with a strikeout. It's not only going to give you confidence to finish this game, but for the rest of this season. Now a 2-2 and 3 straight balls out of Ruff makes it a full count. And if you're Ruff here, you just got to settle down on this pitch, hit your spot. And he misses that fastball low, getting away from him. And a leadoff walk here for the Blues in the bottom of the 5th. That will bring up catcher Jason Siri.
And Siri, strikeout victim last time up. Went down looking on one of those curveballs from Saxon Andros that we saw. And Ruff walking the leadoff man, the first man he's faced this summer. Maybe missing a call in there as well. And shouldn't be too worried about it. Looked like he was all right in the zone. Did start off 0-2 and then fell back. But Burton a tough out at first base. The Stanford Cardinal in the fall.
Siri pops this one up. Boning camping out underneath it. Calls for it. And will retire Jason Siri here in the 5th.
And a great way to bounce back right there if you're Ruff as well. After issuing the initial walk to start the inning off, going back to Jason Siri, a one-pitch pop-out to Boning.
Helps pitch count, helps confidence.
And now you can attack the leadoff man, Austin Kretschmar, who will be swinging, I'm sure, in this AB. If you keep it low, you can get out of this inning virtually untouched.
Kretschmar trying to find his stride. He's 1 for 2 in this ball game. Singled in the 3rd. He'll take the first pitch for strike 1.
And Ruff seems to really be throwing it in there. This is our first look even at him this season. Carries a lot of speed and velocity in that small frame.
Chopper down the third baseline just gets foul. And how about this start from Ruff? 3 batters, 3 first pitch strikes, and now quickly ahead on the leadoff man, Kretschmar.
And I'm sure that'll get him acclimated to the team pretty quickly if he comes out and shows quick success against one of the top teams in the CCL South.
Saints, one of the best teams, best at chemistry for sure. This team really comes together, and they love showing love and giving rewards to their guys for doing good stuff. And if Ruff can come in here, you bet he'll be feeling some love after this outing. The 1-2 pitch. Lifted up, and this could be another infield pop-out. It will be. Cowley underneath it. 2 infield pop-outs. And after a leadoff walk, 2 up, 2 down for Ruff, he's starting to feel himself.
Yeah, and a good way to battle back there if you're Ruff. Not as cool as the strikeout, but lazy, soft hit pop-outs to infielders are another result you'll love to see if you're a pitcher. Means they're not on you and not making good contact. And let's see how he approaches Mercado, who's currently 0 for 2 already today with a couple of ground balls, the last one being a double play.
You're like me, Tommy. You love those unseen, unsung heroes, the linemen, as this one is tracking, and Mcmurray able to make that catch. Well, how about that? All to the infield. 3 pop-outs after allowing a leadoff walk, leaves a man on, and Ruff comes in, shuts him down, lets his defense work for him. We're headed to the 6th inning. Saints lead 4-1. Welcome back to San Luis Obispo Baseball Stadium. Saints maintaining their 4-1 lead. Due up for the Saints, Tanner Lindsley, Brandon Boning, and Jackson Cobb. 2 out of the 3 of those guys, a huge production factor back in the 4th inning. Lindsley scoring, Boning driving him in. Now the first pitch in Lindsley's 3rd at bat misses low, ball 1. And how many balls is Tanner Lindsley going to see today? Hasn't had to swing the bat once.
Yeah, that's 9 now to him in 10 pitches so far for Lindsley. Still has yet to take the pitch off the shoulder. And there it is, the first time going the round. Just a half swing, though.
He was a bit surprised that he actually was having to swing up there. He's like, hold on. This isn't supposed to happen. Now the 1-1. In there, and now 2 quick strikes to Tanner Lindsley, making it a 1-2 count. Vaughn Matador trying to avoid the free pass for the 3rd straight time. Now the pitch. Lindsley just holds up on the check swing. Pitch looked really tempting, able to hold up there.
Yeah, Matador showing off his curveball and the break it possesses. And Lindsley able to hold up on it, but did look nice for him at first.
Nice foul ball there to keep himself alive. All the Blues fans out here hoping for a strikeout and a free bottle of hot sauce. Got a lot of perks. Perks for plays, you will say, out here at San Luis Obispo Baseball Stadium. Double plays get teddy bears to children's hospitals, and strikeouts get hot sauce. And that one missing inside, and Lindsley working his way back to a free pass, making it a full count.
And still yet to record an official at-bat. As we said earlier, 2 walks already today. Now just 1 pitch away from his 3rd.
Able to fight that one off. A long at-bat here for Tanner Lindsley. Seen almost 8 pitches now. Three balls and 2 strikes to Tanner Lindsley. And yet another foul ball. Man's battling up there.
Continuing to stay alive, staying aggressive, not looking for the walk, waiting for it if it should come to him.
No matter delivers. And how about that? 3 walks, all back-to-back-to-back for Tanner Lindsley. And he has really had a keen eye so far today. He's done a great job for the Saints, and he's got the leadoff runner on now in the 6th inning.
And a great AB for Tanner Lindsley there. Not looking for the walk, as I said, fouling off a few pitches that were probably going to be called strikes, near the black at least. Defensive swings nonetheless. Waiting for his pitch, and when it wasn't arrived, he found himself walking freely over to first base.
Started the day at 5 walks, Tommy. Now make that 8 on the season. And he's also come around to score. And that'll be his 6th run on the year for Tanner Lindsley. Brandon Boning with a big hit his last time up over left fielder Mason Grotto. Drove in 2 runs. Has been a big part of why the Saints lead here. And he's putting down a bunt, a beautiful bunt. 3rd baseman Tate Samuelson able to make the throw. And a little bit of California baseball, West Coast baseball out here for the Saints, playing it strategically. Moving a runner over. That'll be Tanner Lindsley now over at 2nd. Brandon Boning with the fielder's choice. Call that a sacrifice bunt as well to get the runner moved over, and that'll bring up 2nd baseman Jackson Cobb.
Yeah, and I understand the game part of it, but you got a guy who just ripped a double his last time up, got half your RBIs for you in your runs today. Why not let him swing the bat? Still need a hit to get Lindsley, and even a single. Lindsley not carrying a lot of speed at 2nd. Might not even get the job done.
Very curious who the who the Saints choose to bunt. It seems that it's more of their power hitters. We also saw Peyton Lewis have to drop down a bunt when he was having a hot game, so an interesting call there to have Boning bunt, but you know I love the runner moved over stat. It is uncredited and should be in baseball, and now Jackson Cobb takes his first strike of the at-bat to make it 1-1. But with a guy like Brandon Boning that doubled today and has been so hot recently for the Saints, you got to imagine that next time they'll just let him swing away, not try to play so situational with a 3-run lead.
Well, and it's all about getting ABs and getting reps in summer ball, too. And
that one gets by Jason Siri. And now even questions the bunt decision more on the wild pitch there. Could have gotten a free base just from that.
Yeah, and obviously you can't predict things like that to come through, but that's why it's baseball. You never know what could happen, and for a guy who now he's at third base, so it looks a little better, and now a hit easily scores Lindsley. But now they'll pitch around Cobb, it looks like. Infield did come in to avoid Lindsley. A ground ball should see him stay at third base.
If you're the Blues, you do not want to get back around to the top of this lineup. And that's exactly what they're going to do. Jackson Cobb getting his second free pass of the ball game, and now Conor Bradshaw steps up with runners at the corners and 1 out. And that is danger for the Blues.
Bradshaw has reached base all 3 times. Single, a walk, and a fielder's choice. Had Jackson Cobb at first base last time and was only 1 out on the grounder from Bradshaw. Hustled it out to keep Mcmurray up.
The only 2 guys who have reached base safely all 3 times in this ballgame are here right now. Lindsley at third and Conor Bradshaw at the plate. Takes that first pitch for strike 1. Cobb thinking about going from first. This one is slashed off foul for strike 2. You got to imagine the Saints want to get Cobb moving here with 2 strikes, avoid the double play. Maybe put a hit and run in play for Bradshaw. We know how well he's been hitting today.
Well, and make Siri make a throw. He's shown some suspect throws already going down to second, and maybe you get lucky, get one into center field, and get Lindsley home for free.
Swing and a miss from Bradshaw, and a rare strikeout from him in this ball game. And that'll be the second out gone for the Saints here in the top of the 6th.
And Jake Mcmurray still waiting to get his best barrel on the ball today. Of course, had that double in the first, but just blooping out over the first baseman's head. And since then, a very uncharacteristic 2 strikeouts from Mcmurray.
Talk about uncharacteristic. He only has 7 strikeouts in the 16 games that he's played. But with today, you got to make that 9, adding 2 to that stat sheet. Going to want to put bat on the ball here as he takes first pitch strike.
And the same situation he found himself in last time. 2 down runner at corners. He capitalized this time.
Cobb. And another foul ball off of a stolen base. Got to be frustrating as a base runner.
He did it his last time up and does it again here. I wasn't lying when I was telling you last time. Seems like they always have the runners in motion, and he's fouling them off on the hit and run attempts.
Last time it was Conor Bradshaw. This time Jackson Cobb with the frustration over at first. But the Saints still have runners at the corners. Mcmurray down, no balls, 2 strikes. Now Moderer sets, kicks, and delivers. Check swing. Gets by the first baseman, Trey Clarkson. But Mcmurray thinking it's going to be a routine ground ball. A little sluggish down the base path and still enough to get the third out here in the top of the 6th. So 2 runners left on. The Saints unable to cash in here in the 6th inning. They maintain their 4-1 lead heading into the bottom of the 6th. Welcome back to San Luis Obispo Baseball Stadium. Saints maintain their 4-1 lead. And we got a pitching change. Rashad Ruff's day is done. 1 inning of work. No hits, no strikeouts, no earned runs, but a walk. And maintains the 3-run lead for the Saints. In comes Cody Shepard to continue the work in relief.
Yes, Shepard, Ruff's high school teammate, both out of Moreno Valley, California. And starts his first batter off, Samuelson, with the strike.
How about that? It seems like all these Saints that come on this team, there's like pairs that come. Wichita State, Cal, all these guys come together. They have some sort of prior experience, and that's why it's really no surprise that this team is coming together so well and the chemistry that they have. A lot of these guys coming from similar schools, similar backgrounds. And now what a great start here for Cody Shepard. He's up quickly on Tate Samuelson, 0-2. Now the pitch from Cody. Missing upstairs. Good location for ball 1. Tate Samuelson, 1 for 1 on the day with a walk. Having the best day out of anyone on this Blues team, along with Grant Burton. Chopper now, Brandon Boning. He just makes it look so easy out there at shortstop. The man, the myth, the legend, Boning. Doing a great job out there. He's defensive highlights. His proficiency is insane. Doing a great job there to retire the first out here in the bottom of the 6th.
And it seems like every throw he's making is off balance or on the run. Doesn't matter for Boning. Had a really nice play on Friday. Went over here, was falling down, was still able to get the out at second base, and was a huge play that was able to get the inning to end on the next pop-out.
A great start here for Cody Shepard, as he now faces Mason Grotto. That big hit before, but now pops up here, and Jackson Cobb to track back a little bit, and will make the catch to retire the second out here in the 6th.
And Jackson Cobb showing off his best right fielder impression, going all the way out there to get it. Josh Cowden kind of wondering, hey, I could have got that one maybe, but they slap hands after, laugh about it a little bit, and quickly 2 down in Shepard's debut.
Not sure if you saw that meme, Tommy, but it looked just like the exchange. I believe it was the Mariners. Guy basically said, why don't you just come take my spot out here in right field? And I'm sure that's what Cowden said to Cobb in that exchange as well. But a great start continues here for Cody Shepard. 2 up, 2 down, and now first pitch strike to Vincent Martinez. Second pitch to the Blues DH. Swung on and missed. A good slider there. Wicked movement for strike 2.
And what a great start it would be with your first time to have the Saints uniform on if you're able to go 1, 2, 3 in San Luis Obispo on the road.
Mentioned the newly acquired pitchers for the Saints, and we're getting to see 2 of them here, slowly getting some work in. We saw Ruff only go an inning. We'll see how long Shepard has in terms of his pitch count. But with this red-hot start, you got to imagine they might keep him out there for 1 more. The 0-2 pitch just gets a piece of it as Martinez to stay alive here in the 6th.
And Martinez yet to have his presence felt today as well. Currently sitting 0 for 2. Ground ball to first and a strikeout his last time up. Cody Shepard looking to continue that irrelevance at the plate with the 0-2 count already.
Chopper, foul. You would have loved to have seen Cowley throw that across the diamond for a long out. But the count remains 0-2. Just 1 blemish on the Saints bullpen today in the 4th inning, allowing 1 run. But other than that, he's done a great job. And now a shot here by Vincent Martinez, and that will get out to right field. Josh Cowden able to fire it back in there, and a 2-out single. Maybe a rally going out of Vincent Martinez, and that'll bring up first baseman Trey Clarkson.
Yeah, and Shepard just kept continuing to throw strikes there. Maybe should have threw something out of the zone. Martinez swing happy, fouled off a few pitches, continues to get around on that one, and fires a single into right field. Let's see if Shepard mixes things up a little bit, tries to get some people chasing.
How tough is that, Tommy? You're told as a pitcher, throw strikes, get it in the zone all day, and then you have 2 strikes, and then they say, well, don't make it too perfect. Throw a strike, but it can't be there. And as a pitcher, you're saying, are you kidding me? I can't just aim the ball. It's not what I do. I got to be able to throw it. And for Cody Shepard, he's doing everything right in my book.
Well, and obviously you want the command to be there. When you notice Martinez, a guy who's swinging at everything that's coming across the plate and continuing to come across as Clarkson now has fouled the last 2 off. You got to wonder if you got a waste pitch in there, something just that you can't do much with, but if you get him swinging, it only benefits you.
No doubt. That ball fouled off by Trey Clarkson, 1-2. Where he kicks and delivers. Breaking ball, strike 3 looking. And how about Cody Shepard coming in here, throwing only 2 balls, firing strikes. Allows 1 single, 1 runner left on, and we head to the top of the 7th. The Saints maintain their 4-1 lead. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Back to the action here. Drew Cowley, Peyton Lewis, and Josh Cowden to start things off in the 7th. Cowley looks at the first pitch, strike 1. Second time today that Cowley has led off an inning. He doubled last time up. Now this 1-0 swung on deep into center field. Ball is going back. It's at the warning track. It is gone! Drew Cowley, see you later. A 1-run shot, solo homer to extend the Saints lead 5-1 here in the top of the 7th inning. And how about that? Cowley gets his his 3rd home run of the year.
Drew Cowley showing off the pop today. 3 extra base hits now, 2 doubles, a home run, a sac fly even when he was retired. And now his 3rd RBI and his 3rd hit of the ball game.
And his 3rd home run, and nothing but smiles. Heading back into that Saints dugout, a big smile from Cowley. I got to say, I don't think that's his favorite one on the year. You got to imagine that walk-off home run against Santa Barbara back at home about a week and a half ago really has stuck with him and has been a big staple point to this Saints second half explosion that we've been seeing, a red-hot Saints team. It started in that week. Now Peyton Lewis, Pay-Lou, up to bat. He's quickly at a 1-1 count.
Yeah, absolutely. Pounded that one, too. to left center. Center field 395 here at Shinsheimer Park.
And he got all that one.
And all you can do is watch that one go over if you're the center fielder, Grant Burton.
Now the 1-2. Swung on and missed on the high fastball. Strike 3 and back-to-back strikeouts for Peyton Lewis in the first out here for the Saints in the 7th.
Yeah, and a weekend that Lewis is sure to try and forget. He'd have a short-term memory in baseball. Lewis now striking out 6 times.
You know what I'm going to say, Tommy? Got to be a goldfish. Keeping that short-term memory, 10 seconds. Coming out here, just being fresh. That'll bring up Josh Cowden. Scored one of the 5 runs for the Saints here today, but is still yet to find a hit in this ball game. He takes the first pitch, ball 1. Now a quicker tempo out of Moderer, as that's shot back right back at him. And a single out of Josh Cowden right up the middle. Gets the runner on for the Saints with 1 out.
And changing up the pace was Moderer. And Cowden not fazed by it at all. Fires one right back at him, nearly gets the glove on it, but goes right back up the middle. And it's the Milkman's first hit of the ball game.
Now Jack Burton in the box. He takes first pitch, strike 1. He's looking for his first hit as well. With that home run by Drew Cowley, Blues crowd really fallen silent here. It's brought a lot of excitement here for the Saints broadcast booth. That one gets away from Jason Seary, and an easy steal by Josh Cowden. Looking to take 3. He will decide not to. So another stolen base off of a wild throw in this ball game for the Saints. And a great job by Cowden. Make that his 5th stolen base of the season. He now ties Brandon Boning, Jackson Cobb, and Cowley. The infield men welcoming the outfield hero. 1-1 now to Burton. This one is shot up, and it's going to get almost past the shortstop, Ruben Mercado, but he makes a nice diving play to keep it in front of him, but it will be an infield single from Jack Burton, his first hit of the ball game.
Yeah, and much needed there from Burton. Has been slumping as of late. Hitless in his last 2 games out here. Good to get back in the hit column and keep the inning going with only 1 down. And Tanner Lindsley, the man who has yet to record an official at-bat, 3 walks on the day at the plate.
This man bought the free pass at Disneyland, getting up to every ride, and he's getting on base every time. Not even having to swing the bat. Now he takes first pitch ball, very inside, nearly hits Tanner Lindsley. And now a different Vaughn Moderer that we've been seeing after that home run. He's come into this ball game. He's really done very well to stop the bleeding after Michael Gutierrez. Now he has 2 runners on him. Now fired back up is Lindsley. This could work out. Kretschmar over to first to Clarkson. And an interesting double play off the pitcher. Moderer gets the Blues out of the inning with only 1 run earned. Saints make it a 5-1 ball game as we head into the bottom of the 7th inning. Welcome back to San Luis Baseball Stadium. Saints adding to their lead via Drew Cowley home run, a big one. Making it 5-1 here. A pitching change for the Saints as well. Cody Shepard. Another one and done for the Saints. One inning of work, one hit allowed, and one strikeout. But no earned runs. Saints relief has done a great job keeping the Blues hitters in check. Now for Diego Avila in the game at the mound. He'll face Thomas Trinka, Grant Burton, and Jason Siri, the last three batters in this lineup.
And if you're head coach Aaron Milam, you got to feel good about your two relievers that you just got. Not a huge sample size, but coming in for their one inning of work and, for the most part, shutting everything down. Rough, just the walk, and only the lone hit for Shepard. Able to get out of the inning with no runs and just the lone base runner.
Saints ended that inning on a 4-6-3 double play. The first time Lindsley has been unable to reach the base paths in this game. And the second 4-6-3 double play. And two more teddy bears to the Children's Hospital via donations from the Blues. Diego Avila getting ahead. Now evens the count at 2-2. Trinka 0 for 2 in this ball game. A strikeout victim his first time up and grounded out to Drew Cowley the last time. This is only the third time that Trinka has been up. This goes to show what we've been talking about in this Saints bullpen. Chopper back up the middle. Cobb there. Going to have to make a quick throw. And the speed from Thomas Trinka too much to overcome as an infield single gets the leadoff man on for the Blues here in the seventh.
Yeah, it was going to be a tough play for Cobb. A couple of chops there. And ends up going to Cobb. And a quick release from him there, but ultimately too much time. And Thomas Trinka will reach via the leadoff infield single.
Really impressive throw and accuracy with how quickly that Cobb got rid of that ball. He's had a few errors on the season, so it's good to see him have some more control and really get his defensive production down. And now that'll bring up Grant Burton. He's one of two Blues to reach successfully his first two times up. And the only one now to reach base safely all the time with Tate Samuelson grounding out in last inning. Runner at first, nobody out here in the bottom of the seventh for the Blues. Pitch misses low. And how about Peyton Lewis doing a great job protecting the plate, keeping all the balls in front of him, and still no free passes on the base path. No stolen bases for the Blues in this ballgame.
And Lewis, a part of that three-headed monster behind the plate. We see Lewis, Willis, who's got the day off today, and Lindsley, who's at the DH spot. Lewis, probably you would say, has the strongest arm behind the plate.
For sure.
And that's why they keep him rotating in the outfield as well, too.
This pop-up coming back over the broadcast booth and probably back to the park behind us. Took a weird angle off the bat and got sent back about 50 yards. Now 2-2 the count. Pitch from Avila. Chopper gets past in between shortstop and third, and that'll be back-to-back singles to start off the seventh for the Blues.
And Grant Burton has been a problem for the Saints today, reaching now for his third time in as many trips to the plate. His second hit, his second single, and now Jason Siri has a couple runners on and no outs to try to bring the Blues back into this ball game.
Avila's first pitch to Siri. Missing low for ball one.
And if you're Avila here, you want to trade for some outs. Make some contact any way to get that first out, get some confidence to you in this inning of work.
That ball is roped down the left field line and trails very left, foul. Jason Siri got all of that one. That ball was fair. That was dangerous. Now 1 ball and 1 strike to Jason Siri. Avila kicks and delivers. Breaking ball curved just outside for ball 2.
Avila out of Claremont McKenna College. Another one of those arms that had a rough start, but really settled down after the Palm Springs trip earlier in the year. Got a little roughed up over there, but has since been an option they can rely on in the bullpen. They've gone to him quite a few times this year. ERA still sitting right around 4.
And this one is swung on and hit well into center. Conor Bradshaw able to get underneath it, and he will make the catch. And tagging up is Thomas Trinka, and he will make his way on over to third. The Blues will have runners at the corners with 1 out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And we'll swing our way back to the top of the lineup in second baseman Austin Kretschmar.
And if you're Siri there, you're pretty happy with that at-bat from a team perspective, getting that runner over. Don't want to have to get all 4 runs at the end of the game. Start chipping away now if you're the Blues and moving a runner over just 90 feet away from scoring and only 1 out, and you're at the top of the order.
And I've talked about it all season long as well, Tommy. If you look at the stat sheet and this run differential, 4 runs, it's only a 1-hit differential. 8 hits for the Saints and 7 for the Blues. That's how efficient these Saints are at utilizing their hits, capitalizing on opportunities, and really driving some runners in off just almost an equal amount of hits to runs that we've seen all season long. Avila fires on the 1-0, swing and a miss by Kretschmar. Make it 1-1.
And right now, if you're Avila, ground ball can get you out of this jam that you found yourself in after the first 2 runners reaching.
The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed on a nasty curveball. Had some great movement for strike 2.
And it brings you a lot of joy and confidence as a pitcher when you know you got Peyton Lewis behind there, who has been a wall when those curveballs have been coming in. Another one in the dirt that Lewis has been able to get behind with runners at the corner.
Runner goes. A hit and run, hitting out into right center. But Josh Cowden will be there. Are they going to try to double him up? They will not. Runner tags from third as well. In comes Thomas Trinka to add the second run here of the Blues off of a sac fly, and the fans are starting to get back into it here at San Luis Obispo Baseball Stadium.
Well, and I'll tell you right now, that was a closer play than it looked like it was going to be from Cowden. Not known for his arm in right field, but really getting underneath it and firing it in. Maybe if it's on target, has a chance to get Trinka. Lewis doing his best to try to bring it back to get the tag down, but it'll be a sac fly nonetheless, and now it's a 3-run ball game in San Luis Obispo.
How about that? Showing off the cannon. Josh Cowden, the milkman cannon out there in right. Love to see some close plays at the plate. Unfortunate for the Saints, Thomas Trinka just getting underneath that and scoring the second run here for the Blues. And now Ruben Mercado, the shortstop, him and Kretschmar have been very busy this afternoon, turning a couple double plays, giving some teddy bears to the Children's Hospital. They'll swing and miss on the first pitch from Avila for strike 1. Chopper down, and that will get past the third baseman and shortstop, Cowley and Boning, and squeak out into left field for yet another single in this inning. Now 3 singles for the Blues, starting to heat up.
And Avila has given up quite a few hits now this inning. Now the third one we've seen, Trinka, Burton, and now Mercado needs to settle in, find something that is fooling these Blues hitters at the plate. Right now, what is going on is not working.
And after starting off with a couple of singles, he did what you wanted him to out there, Tommy. He started to trade outs for runs, and it looks like this is going to be the third one here. Nice pop-up to Brandon Boning, and Diego Avila comes in, allows one run, but with the Saints lead, they'll take it. The Blues add their 8th hit. Saints and Blues both have 8 hits today, and that'll make it a 5-2 ball game as we head into the top of the 8th. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Welcome back to San Luis Obispo Baseball Stadium. Try saying that 5 times fast. We're here. Saints have now a 3-run lead. 5-2. After a couple of hits off Diego Avila. Brought in a run. RBI single from Ruben Ricardo. Now Brandon Boning to start things off for the Saints in the 8th. Two quick pitches. Foul ball there. Boning down 0-2.
Yeah, Boning a sacrifice his last time up, so only has 2 official ABs on the day. Sits at 1 for 2. Strikeout and a ripper double that went over the head of Grotto earlier in the ball game that got him 2 runs in the 4th.
And a strikeout on a high fastball. 3 straight pitches. Brandon Boning goes down via the strikeout for a second time today. And the strikeout bug coming to get him yet again. That'll bring up second baseman Jackson Cobb. He's 0 for 1 today with 2 walks. Cobb swings on the slider and misses for strike 1.
Cobb in jeopardy of losing the hit streak now. He's up to 7 games. And could be the last time we see him here in the top of the 8th.
In there for strike 2. Boning and Cowley getting it done for the Saints today. Cowley 3 RBI day, Boning with 2. They're the difference in this ball game. That one misses outside to Cobb on the 0-2 for ball 1. Blues looking for a quick inning to maintain their offensive momentum. Saints trying to get a run back. Strike 3 call, and Cobb doesn't like it. Looks at the ump in disbelief on the strike 3 looking, and back-to-back strikeouts to start off this inning for the Blues and Vaughn Matterer.
Matterer coming out for his 4th inning of work and working quickly through here. First 2 retired via the strikeout, now has to work back through the top of the order. And Conor Bradshaw.
7 pitches, now the 8th one to Bradshaw in this inning. Misses low for ball 1. Saints were able to answer the run that the Blues put up in the 4th in the top of the 7th via a home run. And this one, Conor Bradshaw, broken bat single there. Right over to the shortstop, Ruben Mercado, and the Saints have a runner on with 2 outs here. And that will bring up Jake Mcmurray.
Bradshaw able to go the other way, something we've seen all season from him. Most of his hits. Spray chart all over the place, but loves that left fielder side. Able to do anything with any pitch that they throw at him.
Mcmurray started off hot with a double since then. 0 for 3, looking to find some momentum back in his swing as he takes ball 1.
And you're for the Saints. You would love nothing more than to get that run back that you gave up last inning. Maybe start a 2-out rally. Mcmurray gets on base, moves the runner over. Then you got Drew Cowley on deck, who hit the home run last time up.
We've seen the Saints score late many a time in ball games, usually with 2 out. And now Mcmurray having a 2-0 count. Looking to replicate the first inning here.
Well, the last 8th inning we worked together, we put up 12 runs. So doesn't look to repeat here, but maybe something if they can get it at the end.
Don't count these Saints hitters out. We know how contagious this hitting can be once they get rolling. Now a strike to Mcmurray, 2-1 the count. Juan checks the runner at first. Bradshaw goes, the hit and run. And another foul ball by Jake Mcmurray.
Is that the third time? That's the 3rd time today. I bring it up, and now it just keeps happening.
Unreal. The last, I believe it was 3 times as well, Tommy. They keep putting that hit and run for him. He keeps getting up on the batter's box with a runner on first and unable to get it in play. Just barely, though.
It's a theme. And, you know, Mcmurray is just listening to his sign, wants to get it in play, but not sure they throw a lot of good pitches to him when they give that sign.
2-2 swung on a miss, striking out the side is Matterer in the top of the 8th. Saints leave a runner on via Conor Bradshaw single, and we're still here, 5-2, heading into the bottom of the 8th inning. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. Welcome back to San Luis Obispo Baseball Stadium. Saints maintain their 5-2 lead over the Blues. And a chopper to start things off here in the bottom of the 8th. And not enough to get Mason Grotto. That's going to be an infield single. And they get the leadoff hitter on here in the bottom of the 8th inning. We also have a pitching change here. Diego Avila's day is done. 1 inning of work, 3 hits allowed, and 1 earned run with 0 strikeouts, 0 walks. Bringing up Chris Stamos out of Cal to continue the relief.
Yeah, Chris Stamos looking to get a 1 pitch out there, but another chopper. And Tate Samuelson able to leg that one out, even though Boning delivering a strong throw to Mcmurray.
Those choppers have been hard to read for the Saints today. We saw Cobb get slipped up on one earlier in this ball game, and now it's going to be Boning unable to make that one. That was a tough one, tough chopper there. Now Vincent Martinez, the DH, steps into the batter's box. He's 1 for 3 today, singled his last time up. He takes the first pitch from Stamos, ball 1.
And Stamos is going to be faced with the test of the tough part of the order, the meat and potatoes, if you would. 3, 4, 5 hitters for him in the 8th. And 6, 7, 8 should he get through to the 9th.
All 3 of those hitters you mentioned have all gotten a hit in this ball game today. Just trying to make sure they don't get 2. Stamos on the 1-1. Missing, and the first one that Lewis is unable to come up with, and the Blues take advantage. Grotto with the stolen base.
And he still got in front of it, just lost track of it. Stayed out in front of him, didn't get to the backstop, but unable to locate it, and it'll force the runner to move over.
Took a bad kick off the wall that is Peyton back there. Can't win them all, and very fortunate that it stuck right there in front of him. 2 balls and 1 strike to Vincent Martinez. Stamos kicks and delivers. This one is lifted up into right field. Should be playable for Josh Cowden. Camps underneath it and will make the catch. Tagging up. No, thinks about tagging up is Grotto. Decides against it at the last minute. And that'll be the first batter retired for the Blues in the bottom of the 8th inning.
And a great throw by Cowden there to bring it in to Boning. And not sure if he thought he was going to tag on there. I didn't think it was deep enough, but staying put at second base. Not counting their bets after getting blessed up with a pass ball that got away from Pilu.
Cowden with the golden arm today, showing it off. His arm strength feels good out and right. He's just hucking them in there. Close play at the plate back in the 7th, nearly enough to hose the runner coming home. He's done a good job getting him in. This one roped right out to Cowden. He judges it and is able to catch the line drive. Tagging up now is Martinez. The throw at third almost gets him. Cowden showing off the arm yet again. A tough read for him out and right. Had to correct himself on that judgment, but able to come up with a big catch there that definitely would have scored one had he not come up with it.
And Cowden, like you said, stumbling out there, maybe forcing him not to get the best read on it and allowing the runner to move over. But now 2 outs for Chris Stamos, and you can just worry about the man at the plate in Thomas Trinka, who has been 1 for 3 today. Had the RBI single his last time up.
And if you're Stamos holding on to this 3-run lead, love to get an out here, but if a run scores somehow, it's not the end of the world. Done a great job coming in and getting 2 outs after allowing the leadoff man to get a single. A couple of quick flyouts to right. You're right back in it. 1 ball and 1 strike now to Trinka. Stamos misses low on that off-speed pitch. 2-1.
Infield playing deep Cobb playing nearly in right field on the grass, and Boning as well. Near the edge, not letting anything get past him.
Foul ball there, evening the count at 2-2. And with the arm strength that these Saints infielders have, you figure playing back it could be strategic for them, and they could continue to do that as the season moves on, because that allows you to keep everything in front of you, and especially with 2 outs here, it's going to be really key if the Saints maintain this 3-run lead.
Well, especially if you're Cobb, who's got a strong enough arm to play second base. We've seen him make a couple appearances at third base and even shortstop. And Brandon Boning, we all know what he can do if he's got the ball in his hands. Just trying to get something on the ground, keep it in front of you.
Great location on the curveball, missing a little too outside, making it 3 balls and 2 strikes to Thomas Trinka. Stamos kicks and delivers. Swing and a miss, a nice pitch inside fastball, gets Trinka swinging, and good on Chris Stamos. He's able to go 3 up, 3 down after allowing a single to Mason Grotto. We're heading into the 9th inning. Saints up by 3. Welcome back into San Luis Obispo Baseball Stadium. Saints still with a 3-run lead off of 9 hits. Blues also have 9. Coming in for the Blues is Trey Clarkson, the first baseman, and he fires on Drew Cowley for strike 1. We've seen what Cowley's been able to do today. 3 for 3, 3 RBIs, and a run himself. And quickly, he's down 0-2 to Trey Clarkson.
His 3rd time he's leading off an inning today. It's gone well for him so far. A double and a home run in those 2 ABs before.
And as for Vaughn Matterer, his day is obviously done. 4 1/3 innings of work, 5 hits allowed, 2 walks, 7 strikeouts on an impressive Saints lineup, and only 1 earned run. A great relief out of Vaughn Matterer after coming in with a 4-1 game. Now Clarkson delivers on the 2-2. Swung on and missed by Drew Cowley, and the first baseman / pitcher, Trey Clarkson, able to do what nobody else has done today, and that's put Drew Cowley back in the dugout.
Well, and it turns out he is human after all, Charlie.
Why?
Chasing the high fastball there. Unfortunately, his day will be done now, but 3 for 4 with 3 extra base hits, 2 doubles and a homer, 3 RBIs. You'll be happy with that if you're Drew Cowley.
You ruined it. I thought he was a superhuman out there or something, Tommy, but fortunately my hopes come to an end here. Now Pei-Lu looking to keep the inning going. He takes 2 quick balls. 2-0 the count. For Pei-Lu, he's looking for his first hit of the weekend against this ball club. He's been hit by a pitch today, otherwise he's 0 for 3. And now quickly ahead is Lewis, 3-0. Lewis will definitely take a free pass here as Clarkson, quick with the tempo, kicks and delivers again. In there for strike 1.
And that one way low and away on there. I'm not sure me or Lewis thought that one was a strike. He was ready to throw his bat over, but stuck in there now at a 3-run count.
Couple questionable calls behind home today. We saw Cobb disagree with one earlier and saw Mcmurray as well kind of take it. But overall, seen a pretty good called game on both sides. Now a full count pitch to Peyton Lewis. Strike 3 call, and he really does not like that one. Flipping the bat almost back to the dugout is Peyton Lewis as he goes down looking for his second time today and his 3rd strikeout of this ball game.
Well, I think it's because he thought it was a ball. Didn't even know if he was frustrated or not, but forced to walk back and pick up his bat after that. 2 pitches there that looked to see like the umpire's making a decision just to speed up the ball game rather than call it.
And for a frustrated hitter, as Peyton Lewis goes down again, but Josh Cowden, that ball was way outside, called a strike. Very questionable call starting to come here in the 9th. Clarkson quick with it. Fires another strike in there. 0-2 now to Cowden. But for a frustrated hitter in Peyton Lewis to have a call not go your way once but twice is just super deflating. He comes out and wants to get a hit, and he's just not getting the calls.
And Peyton Lewis now only reaching base the 1 time this weekend on the hit by pitch. And for a guy that was real hot as of late, a weekend to forget.
Striking out the side, 3 up, 3 down for the first baseman, Trey Clarkson. They got to be questioning if he should have been pitching a lot longer ago. But Saints unable to get anything going here in the 9th. We head to the bottom of the 9th for the Blues' last 3 lives. Due up is Grant Burton, Jason Siri, and back to the top of the lineup in Austin Kretschmar. You're listening to Arroyo Seco Baseball on the Saints Radio Network. In is Daniel Richardson to get the save and close things out here at San Luis Obispo Baseball Stadium. Chris Stamos' day is done. 1 inning of work, 1 hit allowed, 1 strikeout, no earned runs, and no walks. So great job by the Saints relief today. Only allowing a couple of runs and maintaining their lead. Now the first pitch from Richardson. Misses to Grant Burton for ball 1.
And Richardson, the flamethrower, near the end of the bullpen for the Saints, formerly at SDSU, San Diego State, in the transfer portal, looking to find a new home in the fall.
Gives up a big shot, and wow, that just got foul. And it got out of the stadium. It's still rolling. It's by the buses. That ball had some pop to it. And when you mention the flamethrower can come back right out as hot, with how fast these balls are coming in, you really just got to make contact off of Daniel Richardson.
And Richardson has had some command issues during the year, but last start seemed to take a little bit off of his fastball, and it really showed. It was able to command it a lot better and had a very good outing against the Academy Barons.
And that one able to catch the outside corner. A bit of a makeup call from the ones that we saw against Peyton Lewis and Josh Cowden, you can imagine. And now 1-2 the count to Grant Burton. Richardson kicks and delivers. Another foul ball here by Burton. Burton's been the only one to really get to the Saints pitchers today. 2 for 2 and a walk in this ball game. Got stranded at third. Last time he was able to make it on the base paths. 1 ball and 2 strikes now to Burton. That one, same location looked like from Richardson, maybe a bit low, missing for ball 2. The 2-2 pitch. Burton turns on it and slices foul, nearly hitting the Arroyo Seco Saints bus. That would have been interesting.
And Burton seems to be timing up Richardson very nicely here for the Blues. If you're Richardson, you got to find something that throws him off a little bit. Maybe an off-speed lower or really gun up the fastball.
So the off-speed nearly gets him to bite. Check to the first base umpire. No, sir. 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Burton. Great at bat that we've seen from him all day long. Richardson looking to win the battle. Now the 8th pitch of this at bat fouled yet again.
And Richardson really working a slow pace on the mound, wanting the pitchers to think about it. And having them have to decipher whether he goes with the off-speed or the flame.
With the flame, but he was able to get a piece of it. Wow, Grant Burton somehow tips that one foul and stays alive. The Blues are going to have to get a run per out, even more than that. They'll have to get 2 runs for their second out, which is going to be tough to do. They've had 9 hits, only 2 runs. 3-2 swung on and missed. Fastball. Richardson wins the battle on the 10th pitch of the AB, and the Saints able to retire Grant Burton and come closer to getting this victory.
And big stuff there from Richardson. Able to come out there, throw the fastball, not afraid to keep throwing it, and able to get Grant Burton out for the first time today in a huge out number 1 of the 9th inning.
That is the 7th time in this ball game that a Blues hitter has gone down via the strikeout. Saints are usually a strikeout per inning team from the pitching staff, and if Richardson can strike out the side here, get up to those numbers. Now pitch hitting for catcher Jason Siri is number 45, Samuel Calder. Let's see if Calder can do something here. He lines it back up. Brandon Boning. He's going to make it look easy yet again.
And now 2 down. Just 1 out left for the Blues. Down by 3. Richardson coming in. And like I told you, Charlie, just taking a little bit off of it. We get it. The 96, 97 looks cooler, but the 92, 94 finds the spot better. And it's really shown in his last 2 appearances now. He's not trying to overpower you. He's not overthrowing the baseball. He's just trying to throw strikes.
And what matters more, do you think, to Richardson, looks or domination? And I think so far in this game he's choosing domination. He's taken a little bit off, as you mentioned, and it's really working for him. That analysis is spot on. Now back to the top of the lineup to perform this 2-out rally is second baseman Austin Kretschmar. And he'll take the second pitch. 2-0 the count.
Kretschmar had the big sac fly his last time up that got Trinka home. And a single earlier in the day, making it out 1 for 3, his 5th time up to the plate. And quickly ahead of Richardson, 2-0.
Fired back up the middle, and that's going to be a base hit into center field for Austin Kretschmar. And the Blues will stay alive here in the 9th with 2 out, down by 3. That'll bring up shortstop Ruben Mercado. So we approach the 3-hour mark, now 3-hour mark of this ball game. It's a pretty good pace for the Saints. A much needed quick game to wrap this week out. Saints have had quite the week. Did have their game canceled on Tuesday at the Waves, so saved them a trip there. But had a few members a part of that CCL Showcase game, so some got the day off, some were featured. They started back the action on Thursday against the Oaks with a big 10-0 victory. Now Richardson catching the outside corner on Mercado for a 1-1. Saints have the day off again tomorrow, as do the Blues. League is dark. Having the day off all around. The 1-1. Swung on and missed on the fastball. And now down to their last out and their last strike are the Blues.
And if you're Richardson here, bring the heat. Throw the fastball again. It's gone well for you in the first few batters. Mercado can't catch up to it right now. Throw it again. Let him know it's coming.
Threw it a bit off on the location. And that's some of what you talked about with Richardson. He's gotten his control down, but still has a few pitches that get away from him, just like any other high-velocity pitcher. 2-2 pitch. Misses low, and that's going to be an easy stolen base for Austin Kretschmar. Just the second one on the Saints today. Both have been via wild pitches.
And now we're back to a full count to the 2-hitter, Ruben Mercado. And he's had a good weekend. 3 hits in the 2 games now. And looking to keep this game alive and get the tying run to the plate.
The 3-2. Gets a piece of it. That's going to be a base hit. Kretschmar is going to stop at third, and the Blues have runners at the corners with 2 outs here. And for Richardson, bringing the tying run now at the plate.
And now Mercado's 4th hit of the weekend. 2 hits in as many plate appearances in the last 2. Started the day kind of rough, 0 for 3, but now bringing it back to a 2 for 5 performance. And Tate Samuelson, the 3-hitter for the Blues, now stepping in.
He got it done on the mound in the 9th, and now he has the chance to be a hero here in the same inning. And you got to imagine, as this ball gets by Lewis, and that's going to bring in a run. Kretschmar scores on the wild pitch. Ruben Mercado advances to second, and we got a 2-run ball game now in the bottom of the 9th.
And Richardson, again, just overthrowing it. Just needs to settle down here. As you see, he's going to take the hat off, take a breath, relax, wipe it down, and try to regroup here.
You got to wonder on that base hit by Mercado why Kretschmar didn't come around to score. But with the way Cowden's been throwing from right, third base coach definitely thought twice about sending him, and it was a good call there. As off the wild pitch, they're able to get him across anyway.
And Richardson able to come back and fire off a pitch with a little bit off of it and even it up 1-1 to Samuelson.
1-1 misses inside. And now the Blues stand starting to come alive. They're feeling the comeback momentum here. Only down 2, tying run at the plate in Tate Samuelson. As he works a 2-1 count. Richardson kicks and delivers. Missing outside, and the wild pitch streak continues. The Blues have been able to pick up 3 bases. 4 if you count the Ruben Mercado going to second as Kretschmar got to home. And for Richardson, bit of the struggles after he was able to get the first 2 batters out.
And now a 3-1 count, full-on hitters count to the 3 spot with the go-ahead run on deck.
3 balls, 1 strike now to Tate Samuelson. Swing and a miss, and that's got to feel good to be Daniel Richardson blowing that by him.
And now you have Samuelson on his heels. 3-2 count, he's got to protect. Could be looking for the walk. A pitch on the black could fool him here.
Gets him looking. I don't know what Tate Samuelson thought or where he thought that pitch was. That was a Christmas present from Richardson. Gets him looking. The Blues fans booze rain over San Luis Obispo Baseball Stadium, but the Saints are loving it. They get their 8th straight league win, back-to-back wins against the Blues here at their own stadium, and they improved to 17-9, 13-6 in league play. And you got to imagine this feels good for Richardson coming out there, getting the save, and for the Saints in a close ball game there at the end, picking up the dub.
Yeah, and a pitch that looked like it was right over the heart of the plate. Not sure what the fans are mad about or Samuelson. He's just out there looking for the walk, like I said. Not out there being aggressive on a full count pitch. You got to protect with 2 strikes. And if we're going to have any questionable calls with a 2-strike count, we've had a couple last half inning that we had something to talk about before we talk about that one.
Sure did, Tommy. It was a lot of – seemed the umpire was a little eager to get out of here tonight. A couple of questionable calls there at the end. But for the Saints, they are on a roll here. They get the day off tomorrow, as we mentioned, before going back home to Jackie Robinson Field on Tuesday. And then they'll head on the road to MLB Academy on Wednesday to take on the Barons. But for San Luis Obispo Blues, they dropped 20-11, 10-9, and that is a big win for the Saints. They're now a half game back overall, and they now lead by 2.5 in league play. Really great job by this team. They're catching fire, and as in our last broadcast, Tommy, we talked to Drew Calley. He said these guys are the team to beat, and if I haven't seen any proof of it, it's here tonight and this afternoon, and everything that we've seen over the last couple weeks from this ball club. With just 2 weeks now left to go in this season, can't believe it. It's going to be interesting to see how these Saints wrap up and how they play ball in their last couple ball games.
Yeah, and really emptying the bullpen today, giving everyone a shot. 7 pitchers today for the Saints. Vizcaino, Andros, Ruff, Shepard, Avila, Stamos, and Richardson to close it out. Giving up just the 3 runs over the day, too. The Saints bullpen and their starters today continue to dominate, as we know they have all season long.
Saints been catching fire. Now they're red hot. For everyone here on the Arroyo Seco side at San Luis Obispo Baseball Stadium and Thomas Warts, I'm Charles Duncan. We hope you enjoyed this broadcast here. It's been a great victory, great win for the Arroyo Seco Saints, and we'll see you back here on Tuesday night. Thank you. Drop a like, subscribe, and be sure to continue building this Arroyo Seco community. Good night.
Thank you, Charles. Good night, Mom.